What's good, everybody? It's your favorite host, man. It's good to be back. It's Mr. 813 Ahmad Kibi. This is another episode of Halftime with the Playmakers, your midweek partner with the live show, The Playmakers, which airs every Saturday from 12:30 to 2 p.m. right here in WANM 90.5, Florida A&M University. I got some great guys with me. Guys, what's going on?
What's going on with you, Ahmad?
Not much, brother. I'm living good, feeling great, and yeah, I'm excited to be back with the guys, man.
Long overdue. And by the way, this your boy Hafiz, aka Country, from the Big 225.
I am Michael Trim Jr. from the city beautiful Orlando, Florida.
Bruh, cut that. I am Michael Trim Jr. It's the one only Jeffrey Hood Jr. repping the DMV and Atlanta area, also known as Hefe.
Yes, sir.
See, I have a nickname unlike you.
Nah, we gonna get him a nickname.
He has Trim, but
it's Trim.
Yeah, that's his name though.
But that's a tough last name though.
One of one.
What's going on? You know, it's the kid from Nashville. Tennessee's in the building. My name's Austin Kaysen.
Oh, Lord.
What they say, 10 unseasoned? Yeah, that's where you from?
What did you just say?
Didn't y'all lose Derrick Henry?
That hasn't happened yet.
It's like
at least he knows.
It might happen, and if it happens, I'll be sad. But until that, Derrick Henry's a Titan.
Yeah. But guys, I'm excited to be back. I know y'all are excited to get ready for another episode. We're gonna dive right into it. We got FAMU, women's and men's basketball. Guys, they both suffered a loss to Grambling State University. And I just have one simple question. If you had to point out the problem with both programs, both teams, what would it be and why? I believe the women's team was up by at least 20.
Third quarter and lost.
The game went
overtime.
The game went into overtime and they still lost. So guys, what is the problem?
I mean, I say the women, to be honest, it's the turnovers. We can't have more turnover averages than assist averages. That's bad. As a team, you're not going to win. Turn the ball over consistently.
I'll go ahead and touch on the men's game because that's the one I watched. I would say culture. You seen it against Grambling last night. The Grambling coach, well, all three of their coaches were all up in, uproar into the game and stuff. Our coaching staff was not in the game. Our players were down. We had players getting attitudes when they were getting yanked after they made a bad play. So I would just say culture for the men's side of things.
And for the women's, I felt as though after they took when they was up by 20, I felt they took their foot off the gas and got very complacent.
I don't think it was that.
I think it's the lack of effort that they show.
No, it was ball handling. And ball security was exposed because they was getting pressured and it was just froze.
But both teams turned the ball over.
Facts. And
both teams. I think Grambling had about 30 turnovers.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say, like, you're always gonna have a large turnover amount if you have no true offense. We've been saying this for months. Like,
it's only two people.
Our teams have no true offense. It's whoever ball. Obviously, you got on the women's team Ariana Grizzle,
Nashani Gilbert,
and
Olivia.
Right.
Yeah, off the bench, straight bucks.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's like, okay, well,
everybody else getting a little bit of garbage points.
And we averaged 21.4 turnovers a game versus our assists, which is only 10. A huge discrepancy right there.
Last night, it was the same issue that been plaguing the team for so long. Rebounding. In fact, granted, it was overtime, but Grambling almost had 60 rebounds in the game. Had 24 offensive rebounds. And even with that, we still only had 39 rebounds. We got out rebounded. Second chance points. They got us again on second chance points. And then points in the paint and also fouls. Once Ariana fouled out, that was basically your ball game right there because you did not have another score. I mean, granted, Nashani did have a good game.
Olivia still in the game.
She still had a good game, but it's like you took that third scoring option away.
But even then, you still had Perry.
Perry was playing great ball yesterday.
18 points, hit a couple tough buckets in overtime to still put the women in position to win the game.
It's just ball security. Like, we cannot freeze up when heavy ball pressure is coming towards us. We cannot.
So this is my thing. How does this problem get fixed?
Recruiting.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how does this problem get fixed right now?
It starts in practice. Practice your ball handling skills before and after practice. It starts there. It starts with practice.
And then also too, they run a lot of motion sets, which are not bad, but at the same time, you have to have somebody, when your motion sets is not working, you have to have somebody that can at least take the ball and put it in the hole. And you only have one or two plays that can do that. And Olivia turns the ball over a lot when she goes into the paint.
What do you think, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, like, if it's a turnover issue, I really do think that the only thing that can really fix that is recruiting, because I I feel like at the end of the day, like basketball, like as a guard, if you have a turnover problem, you just gonna have a turnover problem. Like some players just turn the ball over, and that's what they do, especially when they can't handle pressure. So I mean,
this was a game we
might just
shouldn't
be a
have
personnel
lost.
problem.
We can't be up by 20 and then blow the lead.
Yeah, this should have been the game that we
Respectfully.
lost.
Yeah.
Respectfully, and it's the same thing that's been plaguing the girls all season. Can't finish the games at the end of the game. About 6 of their losses has been less than 3 points. Just let that sink in. We could be talking about them in a whole different light right now if they're able to 1 or 2 possessions fix a turnover here, a turnover there. So this was another game that we let slip from us, but it's still early in SWAC play. I still believe that they could still turn this around.
They can finish top 5.
Okay,
I believe so.
On the
Girls, yes.
Because if they beat the best team, the second best team in the SWAC, because best team is still Jackson State.
Of course.
Yeah, so if they could, I feel as though they could be anywhere from the Grambling, Jackson State, and Southern SPAC. They good.
Okay, so then my question is, we're gonna flip it over to the men's side. So, bro, I think they just need to abolish that. They just need to abolish the team.
I'll say this for the men.
I don't know.
It's just like
They have the size, they have the guards. They just cannot put it together.
For me,
They don't play as a team.
Not coachable.
It's like I said previously, it's culture. We don't have a system. Watching the game, Grambling, they had a defense system. They put us in a 2-3. They gave us different looks. They gave us man. They gave us 3-2. On our side of the things, we don't give teams different looks. They can go in at halftime and prepare and say, okay, FAMU's going to play man the entire game. They're not going to press us. They're not going to put pressure on the ball. They're not going to put pressure on the rim. So now we just know how to play our basketball. We can adjust to that, and that's how we get blown out.
Some coaches don't like doing zone. They see it as weak, and maybe Coach McCollum is one of them type of guys.
Hey, at this point, the whole program is weak, so you got to find something that works.
My whole thing is this, right? My whole thing is this, right? What you just said, Austin. If you know that your team struggles in man, why do you continue to keep running man? Like, you could put them in zones. You could put them in a box 1 set. You could put them in 2-3, 3-2. Whatever you want to do, you can do that. You play man, and y'all don't even rotate. Nobody's speaking to each other on the court. You just have people that just chasing somebody every single time, and then there's always 1 or 2 people that's left wide open for the 3. And then teams are daring us to shoot,
and we don't knock down our shots.
Yeah,
we have
terrible from 3.
I can't even say we have a legitimate 3-point sniper.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I can't say it.
We hit 5 threes as a collective group last night.
That is
wow. That's horrible.
And only 2 players hit threes.
How many attempts did we take?
We had 18 attempts.
Wow.
But between Jalen Spear and KJ Parker, they combined for 5 of 12. So I mean, they shot the ball well.
That's the backcourt duo right there.
That's what I'm saying.
But this the thing I don't understand about that. Is KJ Parker starting, or he's coming off the bench?
He starts.
It kind of flip flops sometimes.
Hey, Spear starts, right?
Spear does start.
Spear starts. That's a true point guard.
That is a point guard. He is great.
But it's like, we need more shooting. We have the size, and the big men are not playing big man basketball.
I would agree with that. And that's another thing. I have a coach, because I've seen this last year, my first year at FAM. He has a tendency of flipping the rotations a lot. And you don't build what's the word I'm looking for?
You don't build chemistry off of
chemistry. Yeah, you don't build chemistry.
Flip-flop rotation every time. You got to have a consistent one.
And then you don't have an identity when you rotate players in and out of the lineup.
Of course.
Right, and that hurts confidence of certain players. You know, if your guy's been starting the entire season or throughout non-conference play, then you put him on the bench for SWAC play. It's like,
look,
I understand you trying. I understand you trying to find your best lineup rotation.
No,
You should have found it in non-conference.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Because the whole entire point of this egregious non-conference schedule that we had, we needed to see who our ballers was. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the people that Oregon game definitely
was a
deceived
winnable
me.
game.
Wait, no, I'm not even talking about the winnable game.
Okay.
I just thought that we had a squad, because the way they came out and played against Oregon, I was like, there's no way you telling me they not winning the SWAC.
I would also say though, we are missing Keith right now. He is hurt, dealing with an injury. So I'd throw that out there.
I just think the thing with us is, as a team, it just starts from the top. I've been watching Coach McCollum since I got to FAMU, and he's just never, like, he's the only coach that I know that loses his voice every game because his team's not producing, but doesn't get better. That's insanity to me. Like, the adjustments make no sense.
The rotations don't make no sense.
Like you know what I'm saying? And kind of like, so one of y'all touched on it earlier. You're supposed to figure that out in non-conference play, and not even even that.
Because Coach Gordon figured it out.
Like, you're supposed to figure that out before the season.
Because if we talking about Coach Gordon realized that if she was putting Olivia, Nashani, and Ariana on the court at the same time, she had nobody coming off the bench that was getting buckets. So what did she do? She took one of her best scorers and put her on the bench, and it has been helping the team out.
Yeah.
But we don't know what the boys is doing. Honestly, it's the same issue. They're not rebounding. They're not shooting correctly.
And they can't guard.
And they can't not guard the perimeter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm really just a box score watcher at this point because, got things to do in my life. But it seems to me that of the 6 real games that I say they played, I think that a lot of the non-conference games were really just throwaways. But of the 6 real games that they've played, so I'm counting Albany State, I'm counting Presbyterian.
Which should have been a win.
Sure should have. Yeah, that's a Division II school. So
we was a 96% win percent chance to beat Albany, and we
lost.
We wet the bed.
So Albany State, Presbyterian, Lemoyne, Owen, and then the 3 conference games, Bethune, Southern, and Grambling. Out of those games, it's been 3 of those games where they've had an opposing guard that scored 30 points. Another game where a guard scored 25. So, I don't know. I feel like at some point in the game, you kind of figure out how to slow down the guy a little bit.
Because the Southern game dropped 33 or 30-something on them.
We shouldn't be having guards score 30 on us every single night. Like, somebody got to step up and play some defense. I don't know.
Or just going into a game and not even taking the lead throughout the entire game, which is sad. And you was at home.
I'm tired of talking about these guys. Literally, it's like what more can we say?
You got a bunch of dudes that are actually good at basketball but don't know how to play together, or don't want to play together. I feel as though like the transfers that came in, feel as though that they're better than the people that's already been here because apparently you went to a better program, but you're here at FAM now. Understand that life has left you. You're not that guy no more. Because if you was that guy,
probably was never that guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you was that guy, you would have came here with a whole different attitude. You come in here like, oh, everything should be already given to you. It makes no sense. And then you on the boards, your coach is telling us that you about to be one of the best centers in the SWAC, and you averaging 7 and 3.
Awful.
Kendrick Perkins.
We probably will only win one game in the SWAC.
And it's going to be against Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Y'all, I'm not going to chalk that one up.
Or Alcorn State. Like, that's the only 2 games I could see us winning for the boys.
They have a win.
Alcorn just beat Alabama A&M.
They have a win. And they just played Alabama State close too. They only lost by 2.
Yeah, we're going to win one game.
Well, for those of you listening in, the men's basketball team is currently 2-12. The bottom of the SWAC conference. Completely horrible, disappointing, but again, not really surprising. The only team that's worse than them is Mississippi Valley State, who is winless right now. Just put that in perspective. But guys, we're going to move on.
They are really 0-17. That is crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe that. But
I've never even
actually, you know what? Like, bro, what's the how do you go out and play if you're like winless? Like is that how like
to be fair?
I'll say this though, right? I'll say this though, because I had played on the team. I played football when my team was winless. After a while, you just know you
know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is, but you still go out there and give your best effort though. I'm not gonna lie, because when you play teams that play have not win, they actually have the most fun. Just because you
and the most confidence.
You talking about the teams that like are winless?
Yes.
It's most confidence.
No pressure.
It's no pressure.
Just free will. You're just out there.
No, listen, I remember when I played on a basketball team and we was winless. I've been on 2 winless teams.
How many winless teams you been on?
Just two.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Hey, that boy sound happy to be on winless team.
So my first winless team was when I played Little League football. I was like 6 years old at the time. But when I played basketball, I was like 15. So
oh no, I'm 15. I'm not.
No. So look, I remember when we got our first win, or when it felt like we was about to get our first win. Right. The fans was so much into the game. Like everybody was cheering us. Every bucket that we got. Like that's what I'm saying. When a team is winless and they suck, they have fun because they don't got nothing to lose at this point. They know they suck.
I don't know, man. For me, like I just always been like, even like growing up, like I was always an athlete. Like I had too much pride. Like I'm not gonna lose a game.
I definitely left that team after the season was over. I was not rocking like that.
And if I do lose, then I'm gonna just get it back next week or whenever the next game is. But nonetheless, disappointing start to the season. But again, I don't think any of us on the show right now are surprised. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about some SEC basketball, some real basketball for real. Guys,
I like how you said that though.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Real.
All right, man. We're gonna talk about some SEC basketball. We're gonna talk about some real basketball. Who do you guys like winning the SEC and why? And then we're gonna talk about the Big 12.
Austin, let me hear you. I want to hear what you guys say.
Well, I think the SEC is loaded this year when it comes to talent.
It's very
I'm sitting
top
here.
heavy.
Very top.
You think it's top heavy?
I think it
I
is.
sure don't. I sure
think it
don't.
is.
Nah,
I see.
I can't agree with you on
It's
that.
really
statement might-
competitive.
Yeah, it really is, but I think it's very top heavy.
I
though.
see 10 teams that I think can make the tournament in the SEC right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a
It's
lot.
a whole lot.
I think that's
But-
actually. I think that's actually.
That's
a
kind of too
record.
early
guys-
to say. We're only 3 games in SEC right now. It's a little too early.
Jeff,
It's a little too early. It's a little
the
too
amount
early.
of parity that's in this league right now, the amount of experience that's in this league
Yeah.
right now, this league is
Auburn, Alabama,
Right.
Ole Miss is 15-1.
they're great.
LSU was the surprise team of the SEC because we definitely.
Yes,
supposed to
I'm
be at the
surprised.
bottom.
Yeah, they're supposed to be at the
We
bottom.
was supposed to be at
They
the bottom.
picked up a great one in Jordan Wright out the transfer portal.
But who you got? Let me hear you, Austin.
Who do I have winning? I
Yes.
think I'm rolling to win the SEC tournament or the regular season.
The tournament, that's the.
No. Matter of fact, give me the SEC outright, then give me the tournament.
Oh, win the
Matter of fact, just give me that whole SEC. Who do you think is gonna come out of the
Yes.
SEC?
Okay, out of the SEC tournament, I think that Kentucky. No, I don't. Kentucky stinks in Nashville. Give me Tennessee. I
Whoa,
think.
Okay, that's a great pick. I like that pick.
Look,
I like that pick though.
and here's the reason why too. Tennessee, first of all, just a lot of experience on that team.
lot
Zakai
of vets.
Ziegler, Santiago Vescovi, Josiah Jordan James, and then they brought in a great transfer, probably the best transfer in the country, Dalton Connect. He's an absolute bucket. You know, and then the SEC tournament takes place in Nashville. I try to attend pretty much every year. That place is filled with orange. That whole arena is like they're gonna have home court advantage through that tournament too. I think Tennessee's gonna take it.
Mike,
I'm gonna go with. Oh, that's a tough one.
It is tough.
I see Alabama on your page.
I like.
Don't tell me.
No, because I was looking at a lot of a lot of the top SEC teams. Kentucky's. I watch a lot of Kentucky basketball. Reece Shepard, one of my favorite players in college basketball.
Rob's so shifty.
Very shifty. If I had to give you an answer on who would win today, I would probably say Alabama.
Yeah.
Why is that?
No.
I like it. I love it actually.
Why is that?
The combination of Grant Nelson, Mark Sears, I like the vets that they have on their roster, and then in tournament play, vets matter. So I would say Alabama right now.
Give me Ole Miss. Nobody's gonna say
like
it,
it.
but I'm gonna say it.
They hooping.
Yes, the record is 15-1, and you look at the teams they have played to get 15-1, but they've handled business convincingly.
My thing is, did you see any highlights of that Tennessee game?
No, I did. No, it was bad.
Oh, it was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was
but
okay.
I mean, when you have Allen Flanagan going, Matthew, Jalen Murray, and also Jamarion Sharp at the back end, 7'5" center, I'm taking that any day of the week. That's a guard right there. That's a guard trio that can just get to the bucket at
Yeah.
any time, whenever they want to, and they're physical. They're not soft. They're not going to back off you. They're going to attack the rim. They're going to gang a rebound and just be in your face.
That 7'5" center is only giving them 4 points and 4 rebounds.
But he's not there for points. He's not there for points. He's there to block shots and get you rebounds.
Okay.
You don't need him to score.
Like I said, he's averaging 4.5 rebounds.
You
a game.
don't need him to score. All you need him to get blocks and rebounds. That's it. That's all.
Well, I'm gonna go with Auburn.
That's a sneaky pick too. I like Auburn.
I lliterally was about to say Auburn because I'm looking at their schedule.
I feel as though they got the best player in the SEC play right now.
Which is
And Johnny, what's his name? Johnny
Broome?
Johnny Broome.
And then look at their schedule. Like they play Vanderbilt tomorrow. That's a win. They're at the bottom of the conference.
I mean, everybody.
Actually, that's what I would say. I'll agree in the case, but Vanderbilt's not an easy place to win at Vandy.
Yep.
It's kind of pretty sneaky. Like you can go there and think that you might win, but
it's a trap game whole
It's a trap
time.
game, yeah. But I don't see anybody really going into Auburn and actually winning at home.
It's hard to be in that
hard
jungle.
Yeah.
Bro, it's one of the most loud because their stadium is so condensed to the crowd.
Facts.
So
You're right
so
there.
it's like just imagine, right? People can almost touch you while you're on the sidelines. Like when you going out of bounds play, they like right here next to you.
Kind of remind me of Duke. Like their
Oh,
their
yes,
arena.
yes.
Like bro, oh my goodness.
What a lovely team.
But I definitely got to go Auburn. But the surprise pick for the SEC so far has been LSU.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
They,
sure.
they
Nobody
turned
expected
they
that.
turned it around so fast.
Because last year we had to be the worst college basketball team in Power 5 play. And for us to turn it around this quickly, but granted, it's only 3 games into the SEC schedule.
Yeah.
And it's about to start getting real. Like let's come back to this in February and then we'll see how every team is doing by then.
the thing that gives me hope about LSU is that they beat that Texas A&M team, who personally I'm very high on. I love Wade Taylor. He's a great scorer. I think he's one of the best scorers in the country.
Nah, but Texas A&M is good at Texas A&M.
But once the
But when you gotta go on the road, when they gotta go on the road, that's when they start playing a little mediocre basketball. But I see where you're going with that. But I like Auburn, I like Bama, and I like Ole Miss to win it. But you can never sleep on Kentucky.
I about to say, why nobody say Kentucky?
Because Kentucky don't
They're
strike
young.
you.
They're
Don't
too young.
they don't strike you as a team that is gonna
And they're
dominate
streaky.
like that. Because
They're real
one,
streaky.
all of their top so-called prospects have been a little bit shaky.
Except Reed and Rob Dillingham.
Yeah, and Rob Dillingham.
Bench guys.
But man, DJ Wagner has been the biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I just thought that he was gonna come in college basketball and he was just gonna look like the number 1 overall pick. But
Number one.
Yeah, number one is
Number one is crazy.
I mean, I'm just saying, like when you watch Rob Dillingham play, you think that's how DJ Wagner's supposed to be.
But that's AAU. You can't compare AAU to a system formatted college basketball. AAU, you more freelance.
And I
Rob
feel as though a lot of coaches are doing a lot of these players disjustice too with the way they training them. Because you gotta think about it, college plays sets, and when you playing AAU in high school basketball, everybody's just playing man, and they just not really.
It's pin down. Come out the pin down hoop. Go get you a bucket.
But then when you come to college, you gotta know how to play against a 2-3, and you gotta know how to play against different press matchups. Everybody can play when you get to college. When you get to the different level of college basketball.
I would say this about Kentucky though. With Reed Shepherd and Rob Dillingham, they have defined roles on that team. Reed Shepherd obviously is a great 3-and-D basketball player, and then Rob Dillingham, his role is to come off the bench and be a
Spark plug.
spark plug microwave kind of guy, manual quickly type player. And then with Rob Dillingham, I mean not Rob Dillingham, but DJ Wagner and Justin Edwards, because he's another top recruited guy.
Yeah, he
that
flopped too.
That is underperforming.
Yeah.
They're coming in and they're having to, along with Bradshaw, they're coming in having to play with Antonio Reeves, who's probably the guy to Coach Cal, since he's the vet. So they have to come in and fit around his game. So that's why I would say, Reed and Rob Dillingham, they have more defined roles than
So here's the bigger question, right? Because you got players that's underperforming a lot in college basketball right now. Are these AAU circuits and EBYL circuits really ruining college basketball?
No.
Nah, if anything, it's kind of helping it.
Yeah.
To what?
That's how you get your name out, though.
I mean, I understand that's how you get your name out, but I understand that part. But I'm saying, like, when you watch them play, are they really playing basketball? Or are they just playing street pickup?
I mean, no, there are sets, but then after that set doesn't work, it's just like the NBA. You gotta go score.
Yeah.
I think basketball's the same on all levels. There's plays, but there's not really plays. Like they said, sets, but it's different. People look at it differently because it's youth basketball. It's not professional. It's not college basketball. So a lot of people look at it differently because it's not professional.
You know what team is kind of reminds me of that? Well, one player on the team in the NBA, he played at a lot of AAU, then took the G League route. Now he plays for the Rockets.
Jalen Green.
I just knew it was coming. I just knew it was coming.
Like Jeff said, like there's sets, but for a while, actually, when he first got into the league, like bro was just hooping.
He was just out there playing. He was playing basketball.
He was trying to make highlight plays. Like you be watching him sometime, like bro, you could have just made a simple layup. You did not have to do that. Like, what was the purpose of the double clutch?
But let's not just single out Jalen.
Yeah,
it's a lot of them out there.
It's a lot of guys.
Jordan Poole,
Cam Thomas.
Jordan Poole's a champion. Poole's a champion.
What does that mean?
Cam Thomas is a bucket.
I think Kyle Kuzma.
I will say this about Jalen Green though that you can't say about the other guys when they just go out and hoop. Jalen Green, well, I'm gonna just say for his rookie year because now
yeah,
it doesn't matter. But for his rookie year, he was drafted number 2 overall. So yeah, if the play is broken or something, or he's not even running the play, they're not gonna yank him. He's number 2 overall, so they're gonna put him out on the floor.
But then it's also like, because I wasn't trying to single him out either when I said it. Like he was just the first guy that came to mind because that's who I think of more recently who came into the league and that's how he plays. But I say that all to say, like, to the original question, I don't think it ruins the sport of basketball country. I think if anything, that's how it's always kind of been, because we've seen players come in and out. Guys said Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Poole, even though I think Jordan Poole is like a little bit of a different situation.
Why? Just because he won a championship off the back of Steph Curry?
That's not why. But no, wait. Time out. T. Let's just throw a time out here because he had a significant role in that championship team.
Sure.
And if you say he didn't, that's cap.
He had a role similar to maybe like J.R. Smith or Amon Shumpert with that.
Both valuable roles.
But you're not gonna say that. You're not gonna throw that out there first line of defense against somebody saying J.R. Smith takes dumb shots.
So I said that to say, like, the dude, when we talk about real sets, the dude isn't just out there. Maybe now now because he's on the Wizards, and the Wizards are a garbage franchise.
He was doing that last year.
He's just out there hooping.
He was doing that last year too.
I mean, also the Warriors were kind of on a decline though.
Well, actually, it's another player that actually do it, but he does it very well.
Who?
LaMelo Ball.
Ooh, that's a good one. See what like
LaMelo really,
but like
LaMelo really is a hooper.
To me, the thing about LaMelo is out there to be the offense and just to like absolutely create. Like, I would say LaMelo's play style is closer to maybe like James Harden's back on the Rockets team, where there's not a lot of other real threats out there. So they understand that he's really just got to go out there and make something shake.
He's got to hoop, bro.
He's got to go out there and try.
I'll tell you another hooper, Kyrie.
No.
Kyrie is a hooper.
Wait. Yes, he is a hooper, but
He doesn't just go out there and roll the ball and go hoop. No, that's not the case.
He's so calculated with how he does it. Like that's like they gotta make a documentary. Like they gotta make a documentary on that.
I remember Iman Shumpert was talking about Kyrie Irving, and he said Kyrie doesn't have offense. He just has defense. Like whatever you throw at him, he has a counter move for it.
Okay.
So he's waiting for how
countering your defense.
Yeah, you know how some people would be like, okay, I'm about to play him to the right, and then he just go left. No, Kyrie's gonna go to the right and see how you gonna move on. When he go to the right, then he gonna make another move. So it's like when you playing against Kyrie, you don't know what he's gonna do.
The best ball handler of all time. But fellas, we gonna ask another question regarding college basketball. What team in college basketball is not being talked about enough?
Baylor.
Why?
Baylor's getting talked about enough. No.
Why do you say that?
I just feel as though when you talk about college basketball, everybody's still talking about everybody in the SEC besides Ole Miss, and you still talk about Purdue because Purdue.
Zach Edey, because they got Zach Edey still.
But I just feel as though Baylor's not getting the respect that they should be getting. I've heard, but my co-host right here is telling me otherwise.
I say it's Ole Miss. Ole Miss not getting the respect they deserve. It's a shame. Yes, the SEC is loaded, but Ole Miss deserves.
Are they even ranked?
I think that's
yes,
really
they are.
more,
22.
They just became ranked.
That's
correct.
I think that's more so just because of how loaded their conference is. But I wouldn't say they're not getting attention though.
I mean, when you talk about the SEC, nobody's even talking about Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's usually Tennessee.
Is that because they're
Kentucky.
just being underrated, or is that because there's just so much to talk about with the SEC?
Because even they even talk about Arkansas more than they talk about Ole Miss and the SEC.
And Arkansas is bottom of the barrel.
That's pretty.
Because Arkansas, it's not that it's disrespectful. Arkansas is just a hard place to win at.
It is.
That is true.
So
Duke lost. They got manhandled.
How's Duke doing, by the way?
Dude, we good. We chilling. I'm not worried. We living.
So it does fall to that fact that when you are not the top heavy team in the SEC, so you're not going to get talked about like that, like you're supposed to.
I would say South Carolina too.
They kind of fell off over the recent weeks though.
Yeah, but I mean, still, they're just not getting enough attention in my eyes.
I have 3 teams that have surprised me on the other end, though, just like with how bad they've been playing. I think we were promised a lot out of USC, especially with their incoming freshman class.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Oh my goodness.
They're not very good.
I didn't even think about
They're
it.
mid.
But
They're not even mid.
But wait,
They're not a good team.
But wait though, Austin, they are being talked about. They're just not good.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're right.
No, the segment was who's not being talked. Matter of fact,
Okay, my fault. I'm thinking surprises. You got it. Sure.
No, that is a surprise though. If we talking about surprises, USC being what
8 and 9.
8 and 9 is very like. Never mind.
I don't even want to unpack that though, because like has Bronny been like underperforming again?
Very
Against
much.
Colorado, it was bad.
Yeah, he was like 0 of 7, 0
Yeah, it was
points.
bad.
Ahmad, he struggled against Alabama State.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
That was like his second or third game back though.
It's Alabama
But
State.
Who's your
let's be
second and
real.
third,
We didn't
Austin?
really expect Bronny to like carry the team or nothing. But my second and third team, I'm gonna say Gonzaga. They're unranked right now, even with their.
I mean, but they didn't really have a loaded recruiting class coming in other than like Dusty Stromer.
But my thing about Gonzaga is usually no one really worries about Gonzaga until it's time to worry about Gonzaga, and you see them come in, but they're not playing good basketball this year. And finally, my third team is Vanderbilt. I was pretty high on them. They made a great run last year in the SEC tournament, made it to the semifinals. A lot of people expected them to make the tournament, and this year it's just nothing.
But back to your Gonzaga thing, I understand every year we always have this notion that Gonzaga is going to find a way to make it to the Final Four. I don't feel as though that's going to be the case this year. I don't think they're a good basketball team like they've been in recent years. If correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they start top 5 this year?
They started at 11.
Top 15.
Okay, top 15. But that's a lot of expectation for you to fall out of the top 25.
Correct.
And we not even in conference play. And we just got into conference play.
Yeah, that's true. Another sleeper team that nobody really talking about, Washington State out of the Pac-12. Pac-12. Miles Rice, 14.6 points per game, shooting 45 from the field. It just beat Arizona. Hey, Washington State, just be on the lookout. Pac-12 play. That's all I'm gonna say.
For me, my surprising team, y'all know me, big Magic fan, one of my favorite point guards of all time, Penny Hardaway. And his program is 15-2
Memphis,
right
yes,
now.
hooping.
Memphis, not a lot of people are talking about
Could have just said Memphis.
Javon Quinter.
He wanted to shout Orlando so bad.
You feel me?
He gotta
Could've
get
just said
man,
Memphis.
hey, get love to Orlando, brother.
Yeah, Penny Hardaway's program is playing some good ball right now. Obviously, this is the best team he's had since his entire Memphis tenure. Quinterly, quintessential point guard. They have a lot of key pieces, and I think they can make a run this year.
So, question. This is what I gotta ask y'all. Do y'all think it was smart for Mikey Williams to transfer to UCF?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
He's gonna dominate.
He wasn't gonna. Well, that too. Well, they have a pretty good program.
Are they not?
I don't honestly
They
think
just beat
Mikey Williams is as good
Yeah.
as a lot of people think he is.
You said what?
I don't think he's as good as a lot of people think he is.
I think if he gets with the right coach and the right culture, I think he could play really good.
I'm with Country. I don't think he's
I feel as though it's a lot of hype behind Mikey Williams, and I just don't think he's a baller. Like,
Well, he hasn't
Highlight
proved
hooper.
it. You gotta wait till he proves it to,
that's a highlight
to mark him off.
But let's be honest. Like in high school,
he was not that guy.
He was that.
No, when he was at what's it
But
called?
who did he play against, though?
Cedro.
Bro.
When he, no.
Who did he
When
play
he was when he
against?
was in Cali, what was he? He was at Cedro, right?
Yes,
I think so.
Cedro. He was dominating.
I know.
But then when he went to
the
when he
East
went to
Coast.
North Carolina,
He went to the East
oh, he struggled. Why you think he went from 3 all the way to 32?
We were supposed to play in my high school year. He ducked out of it though.
And then
I'm
he
just
went then he
saying.
went to then he went to Vertical Academy.
Yeah.
He was completely outshined by Trey Parker.
Yep.
And Mikey Williams was not that guy. But then he went back to Cedro and he started balling again.
It's because out there, the high school team he finished with, bro, they were playing nobody.
Nobody. That's why I don't feel
They
as though
didn't play no other type of Division I recruits, prospects, or.
But I will say this. He's back. He was back home. Had a coach that believed in him. That matters when a player's hooping.
Bro, the coach that brought him to North Carolina believed in him.
He was playing at 24-hour fitness YMCA type of hooper.
Basically, he was playing LA Fitness guys.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We just gotta wait and see.
that's what I'm saying.
Big
But
12, that's a good conference too. So we really gonna see if he can hoop or not.
exactly. So he's going to UCF.
They in the Big 12 now?
Yeah, they're gonna be in the Big 12 now. Yeah,
Next year, right?
No, they're in the Big 12 now.
they're Big 12 right now. Yeah, my bad.
Okay. I didn't know when it transferred. So, Texas is not in the SEC.
No,
Look.
not this year.
Look, he's going to a great situation. 1, it's a fresh start. 2, UCF is 10-5. Not great, but
But that's good for us right now.
So this is really a win-loss thing with him right now, because he can go to UCF and ball, or he could go to UCF and we could all, and well, me and case in point, he's not really that guy.
This is true. But they play Texas tomorrow. So
Is he playing?
Nah,
he's not
gonna play this year.
He's not playing
gonna play this year.
He not playing this year?
yeah, not this year.
But he'll practice. He just won't play.
I don't feel as though like that's his best interest at all. He should have just stayed in Memphis.
He wouldn't have played at Memphis.
But the thing is,
Yeah, but I kind of agree. I think he should have stayed there, maybe learn from Quinterly, who's been in college for the last 12 years, and taking over that Memphis program.
hey, I ain't gonna lie, I done heard Quinterly name. I was like, is that my guy from Alabama too?
Yeah,
Mr. Jelly Farm.
He been in college. He been in college since I was in about the 6th grade.
Lord.
He transferred from Villanova. Had to sit out a year. He had the COVID year, obviously. He got hurt, bro.
So you telling me?
Come on, man.
Hey, Triv
Hey,
justifying 12 years in college.
Hey, my man is a super senior.
It's
A
only-
super
it's only
senior.
Super duper senior.
That's only 6.
Hey, let this be a lesson, man. Sometimes when it's time, it's time.
It's
Nah,
time.
bro.
Like,
Hey, he
it up.
gonna walk out of playing college basketball. They would call him Dr. Quinterly. Gotta be.
he gotta be going for his doctor now. Like, at
Gotta
this
be.
point,
Yeah.
because my whole thing is like this. I felt as though Mikey Williams should have stayed in Memphis, because he could have actually learned something from a true point guard that plays the same type of style basketball Mikey Williams loved to play, and Coach Penny Hardaway Jr. So it's like, why would you leave that situation to go to UCF, who has maybe they might have an up and coming basketball program, but you're gonna be playing in the Big 12, where you got to deal with Kansas, you got to deal with Kansas State, and you got to deal with the Oklahoma States of the world. So it's like, you're not going in there with the best of the best. You going in there with the maybe we can do this. But if you come out and be like Trae Young, then we could talk about something different then.
Yeah, only time will tell. But fellas, we're gonna talk about some football.
Oh man.
Hey. All right, guys. So for those listening in, Super Wild Card Weekend just concluded. The last game of the weekend was the Bucks versus the Eagles, but you also had some other games as well. You had the Texans game going on, their game. You had the Packers game versus the Cowboys. That was by far the most
surprise.
the hugest surprise. I called it. I called the upset.
Cowboys Packers. That was the most surprising game you've seen.
No. It was just surprising how much they lost by. Like I knew they were gonna lose, but I didn't expect them to get beat down like that.
I've been saying since September. January comes, and Dallas they got to relearn how to play the game of football.
He did, and I actually came on this radio show today to apologize to not you.
No, apologize to me. Come on.
To 3 people.
I think you owe everybody an apology for being a Cowboys fan, bro.
I owe myself an apology for being a Cowboys fan.
Real.
That's real.
That's real.
That's real.
Like, I gotta apologize to Austin because when we first met, I laughed at him for being a Tennessee Titans fan.
Yep.
And he said, bro, you're a Cowboys fan. It's worse. I was like, how is that? He said, how does it feel knowing your team is the best team in the regular season just to drop an egg in the postseason? Right? I like, hey, bro, stop talking to me. Like, I stopped talking to Austin for like 2 days, right?
We can come back to this conversation every single year. I promise you.
No,
Bro, I don't want to have this conversation every single year. I'm tired of this conversation.
Don't have it.
If you're tired, I mean, just become a Chiefs fan. You know.
Shut up. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. And I gotta apologize to Ma. He called us frauds all through the season. He kept saying, "You guys are frauds. You guys are frauds." And he was like, your quarterback, he's good, but he's a fraud. And I was like, bro, you a Bucs fan.
Yeah.
Y'all just about to go to the playoffs and just drop an egg just to take a playoff spot.
Right.
And what did they do this weekend? They won.
Mm-hmm.
What did my team do this weekend?
At home.
At home, at that.
At home.
48 points.
You know Green Bay is 16-0 at the Cowboys?
I know that. They have not.
You said 16-0?
Not 16-0. They're 6-0.
Oh, 6-0.
They have not lost. Mind you, they won their Super Bowl in Dallas.
Look, guys.
It's hard, brother.
We'll don't worry. Save your thought. We'll get right into
all
that.
my Cowboys. All my Cowboys fans. I understand your pain.
No. We don't even need.
I laugh at your
because if you a Cowboys fan, anyway, how many QBs are you taking over CJ Stroud?
I'm gonna start this
at this point.
Just one.
Because let's talk about that domination.
Just one. It's literally Lamar Jackson will be the only quarterback I take over CJ Stroud. I'm not even taking Patrick Mahomes over CJ
Look at Mike's face. Look at Mike's face.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on. So just to give a little bit of reference for those listening in, we're currently talking about CJ Stroud, the Houston Texans quarterback, the rookie quarterback who completely put a beat down on the Cleveland Browns.
The best defense
in the wild card game. That brother can ball.
Yeah.
He's top 5.
What was the question?
The question is, what quarterback are you taking over CJ Stroud?
It doesn't say right now.
No.
No,
He
right
said
now.
He said right now.
Yes, right now.
It was only be one quarterback that I take over CJ
He's
Stroud.
not top 5. He's top 3.
He top 3. And he's not number 3.
He's number 2.
This is how
He's
I rank
number
them.
2.
If we're talking about the current quarterbacks right now that are still in the playoffs.
Oh, still in the playoffs.
Nah, just in general.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Right now, the 2023 season.
Well, 3 names that come to mind, like off bat, Lamar's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll put CJ Stroud number 2, and then I'll maybe throw Jared Goff in there.
I won't say Jared Goff. I say, like, you still gotta give him respect because he did ball out this year. Dak Prescott still was top 5.
No.
We ain't doing that.
We're not doing that. We ain't doing that.
See, because guess what? Of all the quarterbacks that I listed, and again, the Ravens had a first round bye. They got to play the division round,
they're
of
still
course.
playing. Okay.
But yeah, they're still playing.
That's understandable.
You know what I'm saying?
I forgot what I said about Dak
I'm
Prescott.
putting Josh Allen at my 3rd spot.
Yeah.
I'm putting Josh Allen at 3rd.
I'm not ready to give him that 3rd spot yet.
Because it's like when you give Josh Allen that
Not
credit,
until he handles business.
He's played
against
great.
Kansas City.
He's played great to get him the 2 seed, has he not?
Honestly,
From where they started to right now,
you're right.
He is
honestly,
top 3.
Ahmad, I think they're gonna beat Kansas City.
But we have to wait and see. Like I've just seen it too many times. And yes, they ended off the season 6-0. Like that's great.
Hey,
that's what we paid.
Hey,
that's what the Buffalo Bills paid
They
Josh
were
Allen to
literally
do.
counted out Josh Allen and the offensive coordinator.
You know
brought
what?
this team from being trash to the 2nd seed in the AFC right now.
I said
They had a little bit of help.
Hey, look.
Sure.
I said I was gonna do this, and I'm gonna stick to it. I already said I'm not letting my Cowboys faith blind me ever again. So if we're talking about the top 5 quarterbacks right now, number 1 is Lamar Jackson. Number 2 is CJ Stroud. Number 3, I still got to give it to my boy Patrick Mahomes. Number 4 is Brock Purdy, and number 5 is Josh Allen.
And this is your list, right?
And that is a terrible list.
Terrible list, bro.
That's a horrible list. That's terrible.
Tell me how that's a horrible list.
Any list that doesn't.
Oh wait, Austin, I want to hear why
We
you
shouldn't even put this out on the internet for him saying that.
What's wrong? Wait.
I agree.
What's wrong with his list?
First of all, Brock Purdy is way too high.
How?
I give him 5. I give Brock Purdy 5. I'm a Niners fan. I give him 5.
If I really,
because I said 4 over 5.
if I really sat
and
here
I'm taking CJ. If CJ's on the Niners right now, I'm loving CJ.
If CJ Stroud was on the 49ers, we'd be talking about the 49ers as the greatest team of all time.
So
Brock Purdy is not very good.
bro.
You put Brock Purdy.
No. How can you say that though? Like this is my thing, right? I understand y'all don't like Brock Purdy, but get him at his credit.
Yeah, that's all.
Let's be for real, because Trey Lance was on that team. They look like garbage.
Trey Lance ain't really play for
Jimmy
real.
Garoppolo was
Got
on
carried
that.
by the defense.
Jimmy Garoppolo was on that team, and that defense carried him. Jimmy Garoppolo only had to throw like 15 passes. With Brock Purdy, they actually are good. Even with Christian McCaffrey, because people want to talk about quarterbacks that Brock Purdy got all the weapons in the world. Brock Purdy, what quarterback doesn't have weapons?
This is true.
What quarterback doesn't have weapons?
Yes, what quarterback
Other
in
than,
that?
other than the Titans, what quarterback does not have weapons?
The man who I've been saying this whole time is just as good of a football player as Brock Purdy, Mac Jones. Is just as good as Brock Purdy. He's just as good of a
Mac
football player.
Jones?
He's not putting up the stats.
All right,
because he's throwing the
on that note,
How many quarterbacks are you taking over CJ?
Wait. How can you cut this man mic off? How can you cut this man mic off?
Okay, hold on. That was pretty egregious,
This
bro.
man-
You and Tristan.
But yeah, like that was pretty egregious. But I'm only taking one quarterback over CJ Stroud right now, and that's Lamar Jackson.
Bro,
the
simple.
MVP.
y'all were in an uproar because he said Mac Jones and Brock Purdy were the same. Bro, nobody has Patrick Mahomes the best
That's
quarterback.
what I'm saying.
No.
Patrick
He
Mahomes.
is.
No, I'm not
He's
letting y'all do this. No. Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs is 36 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. He has 4,327 passing yards. He just won after a lot of people.
Breathe. Please breathe.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Let me
Nobody
breathe.
counted out the Chiefs.
No.
Nobody
counted out the Chiefs.
There were a handful of people who said the Miami Dolphins.
Handful.
Hey, I could have sworn
I don't
you
know.
said.
I don't know how big- I don't know.
Wait. I could have sworn
Okay.
you said
I don't-
right
I don't
now.
know.
I didn't say you said. I don't think
right
you
now.
said all time.
Right now, there is one quarterback I'm taking over him, and his name is Patrick Mahomes.
What?
15.
Bro.
Lamar. No.
Let me.
Lamar Jackson has a 1-3
Okay.
playoff record.
Okay.
Lamar
Okay.
Jackson has never had 3 touchdowns and
Right.
0
We're talking right now. You're bringing up history. We're talking about right now.
Yeah.
What history,
Right now.
bro?
Right now. Right now.
History. If you want to figure something out in the future, you figure it out through history, bro.
Stop.
You know what,
Stop.
Trip? You know what? You have a valid point, but only because
That's why
we haven't seen Lamar play in the playoffs this year. But anyone with a brain cell knows that Kansas City was not going to lose that playoff game.
But wait,
Like,
To the fraud Dolphins? Are we being serious
Come
right
on.
now?
Come
Nobody
on.
count this
But
man
wait.
out.
And then-
Everybody
and then
counted out
again.
CJ.
And then-
Everybody counted out CJ. Did they not?
They
No.
did.
No.
They did.
No.
Trim,
Who'd y'all pick? Who'd y'all pick to win that game?
I picked the Texans.
Okay, who'd you pick?
I picked.
You picked the Texans. Who did you pick? The
Texans.
Okay then, Casey, who you pick?
But you said
The
everybody.
Texans.
But you're
The Texans.
You're also adding other journalists, and other journalists counted out the Texans. Did they not?
yeah, they did.
No journalists on the air said, "Oh, we're counting out the Chiefs because they played the Dolphins." Come on
But
now.
everybody
Nobody said that.
No one said it.
Everybody still says as long as Patrick Mahomes is still on the Chiefs, we're not going to count
No,
the Chiefs
bro.
out.
No.
Nobody had. I mean, I had the Chiefs. I had the Dolphins winning.
Please add a journalist that said they counted out the Chiefs this past weekend. Name.
No, we're not talking about this weekend, but we're talking about throughout the regular season.
No,
Everybody,
stop.
because
Wait,
you just
stop,
said- 'cause you
stop,
just
stop,
said
stop.
everyone. You just
Stop.
said everyone.
Wait,
You just said
stop,
everyone.
Stop. And this is where I'm gonna stop you right here because we're talking about right here, right now. You're talking about regular season. You're talking about Lamar's 1-3 in the playoffs. That's yesterday's news. You're talking about today, tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow he'll still be 1-3.
But
You know what, Amar? Let him.
Would he not? Would he not be?
Because
Let him have it.
because
Would he come on this show next week?
I
Would he
see
not
your
be?
point. I see your point. Because trust me, I'm listening to what you're saying. However, I still like Lamar over it. And if you want to use throughout the past and stuff, this season, Lamar, from a watching football standpoint, was just a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Anyway,
I don't agree.
Y'all really not gonna like my list.
I don't agree with that.
Who's your list?
I don't.
Hey, honestly, Austin, I really don't want to hit nothing.
No, I have Mahomes and I have Lamar, both over CJ Stroud.
Bro.
all right,
With them-
this the last take on this one.
With them, I'm also having Jalen Hurts.
Oh yeah,
Stop it.
That might be
Don't
the
look
worst
like that because I have more.
What?
I want a healthy Joe Burrow.
Okay, I'll give you.
Okay, I'll give you a healthy Joe Burrow.
I'll take a healthy Aaron Rodgers.
So wait. Time out. You gonna take Jalen Hurts over Dak Prescott?
Did you see him against the 49ers?
Oh yeah, I'm
the
taking
Bucks.
Jalen Hurts.
Are we
Yeah.
serious? The Jets. Are we being serious right now?
Wait, you said what?
so-
I just named you 3 teams that he lost to and how bad he looked against those 3
Talking about
teams.
Jalen Hurts.
The 49ers, the Buccaneers, and the Jets. Are we being
And
serious right now?
the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys. Are you being serious right now? now.
and the Seahawks,
Be serious right now.
and the Commanders,
Be
and
so
the
serious right
Giants.
now.
The Giants.
Be so serious.
So
right now,
you're
bro.
taking Jalen Hurts over Dak Prescott, and Jalen Hurts look like.
Yes, I don't like Dak Prescott.
Like,
I'm
you
talking
see-
about him.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we gotta stop. We gotta let our fan delusional stuff behind us. Like
that Bama jump, you gotta go,
I'm not even on a Dak Prescott train right now. I'm being completely honest. Jalen Hurts is not that guy that everybody keeps trying to make him to be.
I like the way
Y'all was fooled off one season.
That's why they got to get rid of Nick Sirianni, bro. He's not going to truly develop with Nick Sirianni as head coach.
And it's like,
completely
he's like
agree.
Jalen Hurts play go ahead.
Here's my thing about Jalen Hurts yesterday. There was a couple throws and a couple balls that he threw to Devontae Smith that, like, I sit there and I watch him. I think, like, I don't feel any different about him now as I did in probably week 10.
Bro, I don't even understand how you can say that. Because he's been struggling since week 10.
Since we put 40 ball at the link, 1-6.
Yep.
Anyway,
Courtesy of the Buccaneers.
But my whole thing is like, you playing against a Bucs defense that's not that good.
Well, no.
I'm not. Let me not say it like that.
Hold on.
Let me not say it like that. Let me not say it like that. No. Wait. Mind you,
Okay.
they played against the Bucs earlier that season.
Yeah.
But wait.
All right.
Again,
I have a perfect. Okay.
Okay, because look, they played against that same Bucs team earlier this season. Jalen Hurts even struggled that game. It was their run game that won them the game.
This is very true.
And then now it's like, if you take away the run away from Jalen Hurts and he can't play action and you have to make him pass the ball, he does not look like a quarterback. And that's my whole thing. So it's like, you try to put Jalen Hurts in your top 10 or top 5 is ridiculous.
I'm gonna defend Jalen Hurts real quick because we've seen throughout
There's no defending.
No, hold on. I'm gonna say this real quick.
23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Throughout history, we tend to see that quarterbacks who make it to their first Super Bowl, they rarely make it back. Colin Kaepernick, Cam Newton, Jared Goff. He might have an opportunity to come back this year, but for right now, he hasn't made it back. So those are just names that come off to the top of my head. This season, we've seen from the top. Yeah, they had a good record. What are they, like 9-1? But they struggled against 10-1. They struggled against teams like the Commanders. They struggled against the Giants.
No, they didn't struggle against the Command. They struggled against the Giants. Yeah, it was in the Command.
Yeah, they struggled throughout those first 10 games that they won. So
They struggled against the Patriots opening out the season.
Who's the week 2? They struggled against the Panthers.
right. So we know.
Come on.
Was it the Panthers? Oh, no. It was the Bucs. My bad.
A lot of people expected them to be back in the NFC Championship game, but
Who expected?
I didn't.
I did it.
you're a Cowboys fan. You expected the Cowboys to be there in the 49ers. But I would say I expected them to be back in the NFC Championship game.
There you go.
And
I sure did.
that was my fault because I didn't look back at history. What does history tell me? History told me that if you make it back your first time and you lose, it's gonna be hard to get it back there.
So again, there's a lot to unpack with Jalen Hurts. Austin, this is the last take.
Final thought about Jalen Hurts is I think that his development wise, something that I think that helped him take a huge step back this year was his use of running the football. He ran the ball 139 times for 784 yards last year compared to only 63 times for 354 yards this year. So I think those averages are the exact same, both 5.6 yards a carry. I think that the reluctancy to let him run the football affected their offense.
And also, I will give you this credit with Jalen Hurts too. He was battling a knee injury for the most part.
Excuses.
But if you're supposed to be that quarterback, your run game, just because they take away one aspect of your game, like you say all the time, right? The reason why you don't like Dak Prescott, you should still be able to figure out how to get things done.
And on that note, that's a perfect segue since we're talking about Dak Prescott. Who had the more disappointing loss, the Cowboys or the Eagles?
The Cowboys.
Yeah,
Because
I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah, because if you look at it, we had the easiest path to get to the NFC Championship in over 29 years.
Yep.
Like we didn't have to face the 49ers. That's why we wanted the second seed. Why? Because we didn't want to face the 49ers, and we had to face the Packers. Then we would have had to pay Detroit, and we had home field advantage until we got to the conference finals. Conference championship to play against the 49ers, which we would have lost. Hey,
at least you know though. Hey,
look, I was just happy that we got to the NFC Championship. I swear, I didn't even care about the Super Bowl, bro. Like, I'm being so for real. I just wanted to see my team go past the divisional round of the playoff. We couldn't even make it past the wild card.
And you know what? I can't even. You know what? I don't think any of us can
the
disagree.
words out of our mouth.
I can't disagree, and I can't say I'm surprised.
I can't say I'm surprised. I literally been saying this all year. Like, like this past year, I've been saying this. Like,
bro, y'all can go ahead and gloat because I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
I think y'all don't understand the pain to see what. Listen, the loss to the 49ers last year was bad. You feel me?
Oh, it was bad.
It was bad because it was a game. It was a winnable game. The one to the 49ers the previous year, it was a disappointing because it was like
worse.
It was
right
like,
there.
Man,
He was right there.
Right there. You feel me?
He got under center real quick. He was right there.
But Sunday, bro, we didn't even have a chance for. Like, I had a feeling that we was gonna lose, but I didn't think we was gonna lose. Cause I saw your little tweet that you want to put right. Don't be surprised if the Packers beat the Cowboys.
I just want to put it on record. I made that prediction hours before the game. I think I made that prediction at like 1:00 in the afternoon.
And then he posted on IG. I was like, then why I got then I started seeing stuff like people talking about some. Oh, here go the script for the and then the script fell in line. I was like, oh.
I'm like, that's got to be studied. Well, one, I think y'all just need a clean house.
Honestly, bro, it's the fact that we don't have a general manager. Like, a lot of people might think, like, what does that mean? No, it means a lot because if the person is writing the checks, it also have say so in what goes on in the front for the players in the front office. That has a lot to do with the issue. Like Marcus Spears said this, right? He said when he played on the Cowboys, he saw Jerry Jones like almost all the time. But when he went to the Ravens, he only seen their owner twice in his 3 years that he was there. Just think about that. It's a culture in Dallas that will never change. Jerry Jones don't believe in free agency. He believes in a draft, and that's it. Mind you, we draft well, but we need key players, like them key veterans.
Yeah,
All right, Austin, last point.
I don't know that we can like blame Dallas's problems on the roster. I feel like they have all the talent.
I wasn't blaming it on the roster. I said it's a culture identity that we don't have. Like, that's why we need to bring those people in that could at least help change. Like, go get that big splash free agent that we need.
All right, real quick, we're going to talk Bucks, Eagles, and then we're going to make our predictions for the divisional round and wrap up the episode, all right? So, I mean, it's only right. I just take a little bit of time to just break down what transpired this season and what transpired last night, because you, and you didn't see this coming.
The Bucks?
The Bucks win. I did say the Bucks were going to win.
Predicted that. I just told you that.
No. I'm talking about when the season started.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it coming.
Oh, the team I had, I thought the Saints was going to win y'all division.
I said the Saints too. Or the Falcons. I said the
Panthers.
The Derek
that was even worse.
That's
just so disrespectful.
No, I mean, because you got to think about what y'all had Baker coming in. So, like, remember what we said, if you got expectations for Baker, that's when he folds.
And you know what? You said something that was really interesting to me when we were speaking earlier about the Cowboys. You said that, well, actually, when we were talking about Jalen Hurts, you spoke about how, when the Bucks didn't have a great defense, you know what? You weren't wrong. Because earlier in the season, we were trying to figure out our identity. Antoine Whitfield, like, it's a blessing that he just emerged as an all-pro that he did, because he really put together that defense. But you talk about playing the Eagles last night versus in week 2 or week 3, whenever we played them, those are two different teams. Two different teams.
Nah, it was.
Defense was playing on all cylinders, strapped, got to Jalen Hurts, even had a nice safety towards the end of the game. Like, I just saw it coming. That's what I'll say. I saw it coming, and we're just riding a high, because the last 5 games of the season,
Now you got to go in Detroit.
we started turning up, and we got our revenge game against the Eagles, and hopefully we'll get our revenge game against the Lions.
You going to get your revenge game against the 49ers?
Maybe, if y'all make it to the championship game.
Cause y'all, honestly, where y'all started the season, I was like, it's no way.
I had no faith.
Y'all, what was y'all, 3-5?
Yeah, so so this is what happened. We started the season 3-1, then we dropped like 4 straight games. So then we were like 3-5, 3-6.
Yeah.
We were right dead smack in the middle of the division race with the Saints and the Falcons. But then we just started turning the gas.
Honestly, the team that should have won y'all division was the Falcons.
No, it should have been the Saints.
No, it should have been the Saints. It should have been the Saints, but it should have been the Falcons, because the Falcons had they had the better route to win the division.
As far as schedule ended.
As far as schedule ended.
But you have to understand, when it comes to our division in particular, division play is so critical.
But y'all had by far the worst division in football.
And we can say the same
It's
about
always been like that since Matt Ryan, Drew Brees done left the building.
But we could say that about like the NFC East, because at one point in time that was a horrible division.
Yeah, that was.
No, it was for sure.
Because the NFC East is literally top heavy. That's it.
NFC least.
Now,
Yeah.
I feel like you can only make that argument until a team goes in and wins that playoff
sure.
game.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, again, I saw it coming away. I guess we can go straight into the prediction. We can actually start with the Bucks and Lines.
You're 6-0. Let's see if you.
Let's
See if you can still say undefeated, my brother.
So this is my thing about this game in particular, because
Here we go.
Here
we go.
This is my thing about this game in particular, because just like the Eagles game, it could go two ways. We can go into Detroit and we could play how we played when we played them the first time when they came down to Tampa, or we could go into Detroit knowing what they already like to do from an offensive standpoint and sharpen up and try to neutralize Jared Goff from a defensive standpoint. I think the key,
Ross St. Brown.
I think an X factor in this game is definitely Jared Goff, because you never know what you're going to get with Jared Goff. I'm not going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown's an X factor, because you know he's going to produce, he's going to put up good numbers every game.
Sam Laporta?
Sam Laporta is an X factor to me, because again, he's a good tight end. But
I thought he was out for the season.
No, he played last game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I haven't watched too much of him, but I do know he's good.
He's balling.
I do know he's good.
balling.
So I think it'll come down to our defense. Can we stop Amon-Ra St. Brown? Can we get pressure on Jared Goff? Because last night we were getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts literally held, I think his time of possession was 2 seconds. Like literally. He didn't have no time to throw the ball for real. So I think that's just what it comes down to. But
Because the Bucks blitzed and blitzed and blitzed.
But this is the thing, like this is why I like Todd Bowles, his blitz packages, because sometimes he'll blitz 4, then he'll blitz 5, and then he'll blitz 6. So they had Jalen Hurts running around frantic because he just did not know what to do. Like when they got that safety, 2 plays before he blitzed 4. Then after the play before the safety, he blitzed 5. And then when they did get the safety, they only blitzed 4, and they still got that safety. So it's like you just never know what you're gonna get with Todd Bowles and the Bucks. But my final prediction is, I got Bucks. I got Bucks going into Detroit, upsetting them. Score 25-23.
Shocker. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I love Jameson Williams. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love that whole Lions offense, honestly. I like the Lions to win in a high-scoring game. I'm thinking like 38-32.
Both of these offenses are really good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Baker with no pressure. He's a dangerous, football player to play against. So I'm gonna say for this game, I'm making my prediction on both of the offenses are good. So who can stop who the most? I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game because I believe in their defense more than I believe in the Detroit Lions defense.
Like I said, I'm not gonna let my bias get me.
Why you sound so depressed, bro?
Because he's a Cowboys fan.
Bro, I'm a depressed Cowboys fan. Because I'm gonna have to watch the Detroit Lions make it to the NFC Championship game
Before
the Cowboys did.
That's hilarious.
And I don't believe that they won a playoff game since 1991.
It's been 32 years.
32 years, bro.
Yeah,
Long drought.
they haven't made it to NFC Championship game since 1958. Yeah, it seems like that's gonna change. No offense to Mob, but I think that it's just gonna be a close game. And I think that just because if they was in Tampa, I would have picked y'all. But the fact that it's in Detroit, I feel as though like that crowd, they feel that energy, they feel that insult. We almost there. I feel as though the crowd is gonna be the X factor in the game. I think that's why I got Detroit winning with a close game, probably like another 27-23.
Okay.
I got Detroit. Detroit's been getting stops lately. They look better on defense. I like them 34-28.
Okay, moving on. The other NFC divisional game, we got the Green Bay Packers and the 49ers. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm going to be safe here because I do want to keep my undefeated record on predictions. I'm going to be safe here and I'm going to go 49ers. The Packers great. Jordan Love is playing excellent, but I just don't think it's going to be enough for that star-studded offense because that's a triple punch. Brock Purdy, then you got Debo.
Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
That's like a 5-headed snake right there.
Yeah.
So 49ers.
Give me the Niners, man. It's our time.
I'm gonna say the 49ers because I think a lot of people think like the Packers are actually good. They're not. The Cowboys was just terribly bad. Like if you seen the Packers offense, it was receivers wide open like 15 yards a play. So it's not even gonna be a close game. 49ers by 20.
I like us 35-21.
I like it like 38-10.
I disagree with you. I do think that the Packers are good.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I very much think that's a solid football team. And I think Jordan Love deserves to be getting more credit than he's been getting. That guy, he can play.
Yeah.
And I said it going into the game. I said, hey, don't sleep on Jordan Love.
Do you know that they had not scored over 30 points all season?
Do you know that they just went in there and beat the mess out of y'all?
That was my point. We talking about the same Packers team that lost.
Yo,
that I'm not even gonna say lost. That almost lost to the Carolina Panthers. Yes,
bro. I mean, we almost lost to the Panthers. We only put up 3 field goals the other week against the Panthers, and we just stomped the Eagles, a team that was favored to beat us. By the way, just want to put that out there.
We was favored by 10.5 to beat the Packers. I'm just putting that out there.
Mike,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Packers. One thing you can't game plan for in the National Football League is a quarterback that creates all the off-platform stuff like Patrick Mahomes. He looked very Patrick Mahomes-esque. I would say that too.
more like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you could tell he's been studying Aaron Rodgers though.
And you know who Aaron Rodgers owned by?
That's cool.
Not least, owned. You feel me?
But like I was saying, Aaron Rodgers played a great football game this past Sunday? Yeah, Sunday.
Wait, Aaron Rodgers?
I mean,
you mean Jordan Love?
Jordan Love, my bad.
He did look like Aaron Rodgers on Sunday. Yeah, so I see what she was going with, but
man, I lost my train of thought. But I'm going Packers.
All right, let's move on to the AFC divisional round. We got Chiefs Bills at Buffalo. I
like Buffalo.
I do like Buffalo.
I like Buffalo too.
It's time to get the Chiefs out of here.
Austin, who you going with?
I don't know, man. This is hard. I do think that both of these teams are, we probably once thought of them a lot more highly of than we do now. But I think Kansas City's gonna lose.
So everybody's Buffalo other than Mike.
Austin said he said something. He said we once thought of these teams highly. No, I've thought of the Chiefs highly the whole season.
Oh, brother.
But
wait, are you? Okay.
I will say this though. This is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has had in his career. The run game with Pacheco, it's consistent.
Those receivers,
it's
his
consistent.
targets are so sorry.
They drop a lot of balls, but I will say this, against the Bills, they're 2-0. Like I said, I'm a guy who likes history, and if history tells me something,
both of those games are at Kansas City.
You're right.
This is the first time Patrick Mahomes has to travel in the playoffs since he's been in the league.
Right.
So we don't know how he gonna look. So that ain't history right there, brother. Historian.
Yeah. He's never played a game on the road
other than the Super Bowl.
All right, and
historian.
When Patrick Mahomes wins this, what are y'all gonna say about him?
He's
good job.
Good job, brother.
Congrats.
Okay.
So,
like, my whole thing is, do you think we don't like Patrick Mahomes or something?
I do.
I like Patrick Mahomes.
I just don't like the credit that he keeps getting. I feel as though he's too young for you to be putting him in the top 3 at all time. Like you gotta understand. Like our job is not to talk good about him all the time, especially because he's been playing kind of buns this season.
He hasn't been playing buns. His receivers lead the league in drops. He's been top 10 in QBR. He's been top 10 in yards, top 10 in touchdowns. Just imagine if his receivers just cut half of those drops down.
I hear you, bro. Trust me, I hear you. But at the same time, I don't hear you. Moving on, we got Ravens, Texans. This is probably like the game that's like the most toss-up out of all of these games. I honestly am scared to make a prediction because it's going to blemish my record. But CJ Stroud has been playing great football. The Texans have been playing great football. Like, Nico Collins has really emerged as like that star-studded receiver on the Texans. And then you got John Mechie. Mechie, sorry. Where he went to college at? Alabama?
Bama?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went
That's
to
what they call me.
Sorry, Bama boys.
They was walking around calling Jeff John Mechie. That's crazy.
Nah, you look like him.
I'm gonna go Texans though. I'm nervous. I like the Texans though.
Oh yeah, wait.
CJ, please. CJ.
I'm gonna go Ravens. Like, I want Lamar to win it all this year.
I do want Lamar to win it, but I think CJ got something going on, man. I think CJ might get it. I got the Texans.
I'm gonna go Ravens because the dialogue around Lamar Jackson, if he loses this game, is gonna be insane. So I'm gonna go Ravens.
I got the Ravens winning. I don't think that the Texans, and I don't even think that they really outplayed. Besides, the two pick sixes that Joe Flacco played, I think that game would have been a lot closer if that didn't happen. I don't think Lamar is making that type of mistake. Also, the Ravens are just a much better team, and just seeing the way that they dragged the Eagles and the Niners recently, I got Baltimore. I don't think it's gonna be close.
All right, fellas. Well, only time will tell. Jeff, I hope you was keeping track of the predictions for everybody.
I did.
We'll see. Come this weekend. Hopefully, I still stay undefeated. My picks. I felt like my picks were solid. I mean,
hopefully.
You know what I'm saying? Guys, this is the end of the episode. This has been a great episode, a lengthy episode. With that being said, we're going to get into my favorite part, which is shout outs. First of all, I just want to shout out God for everything that he's doing for my life, everything that he's doing in everyone else's lives that are around me in the studio right now. I'm very happy to be back. Very, very much so looking forward to the rest of the semester. This is my last semester, so I'm definitely going to enjoy it while I can. So, without further ado, I love you guys, and you know what I'm saying? We're going to kick it take it off the trim.
Like Kibi said, first off, I want to thank God because he's been putting me in a lot of possessions and rooms that, I didn't think I would be in. And, at this point in my life. So I just want to thank him and, thank him for everything he's done for me. Obviously, thank all the guys in here for bringing me along, and easing me in.
Yeah, I got to give thanks to God, too, because it's like you guys said, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be in this position that we is in right now. So it's just like, you just got to give your thanks, you got to give your blessings, you got to continue to pray, because some people can't be here with us, and some people, they don't have the opportunity to do what we doing, and we get this opportunity, we making the best out of it. And I just also want to give a thanks to FAMU, giving us this opportunity to even be speaking like this, you heard? So that's where I want to give my shout out to, and give a shout out to the women's basketball team, because I feel as though y'all gonna definitely get it back right.
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Shout out to the guys in the studio. Shout out to my family back home. Love y'all. And let's keep pushing these episodes.
Start off thanking God. I feel so blessed every day I wake up. Be back on campus, be around people who take good care of me. We have common goals, and we get to come into spaces like this and make what I think it truly is a great product. And so I hope everybody that's listening right now really did enjoy this episode. It was a lot of fun to make. Say shout out to my family, mom, dad, grandma, sister. Love y'all. Finally, I just like to thank Nick Saban for all the
brother,
and joy that you brought to my life. You will forever be missed at the University of Alabama's football program, and as a fan, thank you.
You won't be missed as an LSU fan, so thank you, Nick Saban, for retiring, and we love you too for bringing us. What you mean? You better thank LSU for giving y'all Nick Saban. What are you talking about?
LSU didn't give us Nick Saban.
All right, guys. I was saving for after the show. Hey, one more shout out though before we end off. Shout out Jalen Scott, man, my boy over there in the cut. Yeah. Shout out,
Malcolm Max came in here, showed his love.
The freshman on the hill.
Yeah, man. Without further ado, guys, we'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.
Halftime with the Playmakers is produced in the studios of WANM-FM 90.5 in the School of Journalism and Graphic Communication at Florida A&M University.